It's all systems go for the inauguration of President Cyril Ramaphosa tomorrow. Preparations at Loftus Versveld Stadium in Pretoria are in the final stages. President-elect Cyril Ramaphosa went on a walkabout around the stadium today as part of the dress rehearsals. Security has been tightened up in and around the stadium, where a significantly increased number of members of the public are expected. Police Minister Becky Cele says over 2,500 police officers are being deployed along routes around the Loftus. Members of the public who plan to attend the inauguration of President Cyril Ramaphosa as president will have to go through an accreditation process. This will take place at the Afrikaans Hoër School just opposite the stadium. Shuttle coaches will be available at the Tshwane Event Centre to take people to the venue. And so now we cross to my colleague Patricia Fasaki, who's been covering the rehearsals all day. Patricia, what's happening now?
Thank you so much. We continue to bring you an update on how the rehearsals and really just the last touches of the final preparations are going ahead of the big day. Because in anticipation of the President-elect Cyril Ramaphosa's inauguration that will be taking place right here on the lawns of the Loftus Versveld Stadium. Now, the President-elect left earlier and he seemed very chirpy, very happy. So one can assume that it is a thumbs up from his side. We also spoke to the GCIS after that rehearsal that we observed. And GCIS also said that it seems like it's all systems go. They're just trying to, of course, tie up the last knots. Now here at the stadium, it's mostly the artists that are, of course, trying to do their rehearsal bits ahead of tomorrow's inauguration. And you would know that there cannot be such a big event without the arts and cultural program that, of course, forms the foundation of such a big celebration. So let's turn our attention to arts and culture and speak to the DG of Arts and Culture, Mr. Vuzim Kiza. Thank you so much. It is all systems go, and we can see the artists are also gearing up in song and dance to usher in that new dawn that we are gearing up for tomorrow.
Yes, culture is our life. Culture is the way we live. It reflects our identity. So there will be no function without cultural program. And this time it's a combination of dance, contemporary and old. And it is be displaying the best that South Africa can offer to the world. And amazingly, it has been also combined with a number of beautiful pieces of song and dance from Africa in an effort to celebrate our African Day on that moment of inauguration of our President-elect, Honorable President Cyril Ramaphosa. So we are excited. We'll have two-phase programs, because in the morning we will be having a Mambazo, we will be having Soweto Gospel Choir, we will be having Tshwane Gospel Choir, we will be having Abatando. You can just imagine the mood that will be created, and then we'll be having a very unique, distinct cultural program that will be displaying the Mavenda culture. And that's called Chikona. And it will be amazing to South Africans, because we must remember that this moment is about revealing, it's about reconnecting South Africans again to one another. And there are cultures that were heavily oppressed over and above other cultures. And one of those cultures, this very piece of cultural program, the ritual that will be displaying the honor of highest order to our President-elect will also be at display here. And then, of course, we're having a powerful production that is a mixture of all our cultures, like you would think of our 11 languages. It will be talking about our identity identities as South Africans across those languages, but now across culture. And that is a production that we call a calabash production, because it would be an infusion of amazing contemporary dance, traditional dance from various cultures. And we've got the artistic director who has put it all together, and that is James Ngobo, and it's an amazing talent that South Africa will show on that day.
Yes. No, I understand that, DG, but let's get to the theme. Tomorrow is a big day. It's inauguration. This year, we're also celebrating 25 years of democracy. It coincides with Africa Day. So there is a theme that comes with the swearing-in ceremony tomorrow. What is that theme, and how did arts and culture actually get to that point?
Yeah. It's democracy, celebrating our 25 years of freedom. That was because if you look at South Africa for the past 25 years, we are definitely far better than when we were in 26th of April 1994. And we need to celebrate that, whether it is from the perspective of having peaceful elections, having transitions that are peaceful, whether it is about changes in terms of the life conditions of the majority of South Africans, access to services that they never had, protection in terms of the Bill of Rights. So we have to celebrate. We've traveled this journey, yet at the same time, we are then faced with a situation where we accept that there have been challenges. What do we do to deal with those challenges? But we cannot undermine the fact that we have made tremendous progress in the last 25 years.
All right. Thank you so much, DG. Thank you so much, DG of Arts and Culture, Mr. Vusi Mkhize. So let's turn to the leader of the artists here, of course, leading the artists that will be performing tomorrow here, as we'll be ushering in the president that will, of course, be taking his oath of office. I'm now joined by Mr. James Ngobo. Already we can hear those echoes in the background, the choir that is rehearsing ahead of tomorrow's big day. Tell us more about the team you have brought here today.
It has been so just amazing for me, the concoction that really we've put together. And the artist, when I came the time when I had to cast it, it was just so difficult just to say, how do you cast it? But we've got amazing people like Reason, we've got Gigi Lamaine, we've got Brenda Mtambo, we've got Judith Sepuma, Nokanya Dlamini, we've got Ntsiga from the Soil. And so what we've done really, it's a celebration of the South African songbook, but at the same time we are articulating our continental curiosity. There are songs that I've picked up that are from Benin, that are from Gabon, that are from Madagascar, and we are looking at celebrating us not in a myopic way, of celebrating us universally. And the three pivots of the production is Africa Day, it's the 25 years of our democracy, and the fact that also it is an inauguration. And the piece also will speak to all constituencies, young and old. But I love the idea of the young artists that are featured in this piece a lot. Young people are the future custodians of our journey.
And talking about the mixture of artists that will be here, how that will be linking on to the agenda of not just celebrating South Africa, but uniting the rest of Africa so that they can all share in the glory of South Africa's constitution.
You're absolutely right. The sense of uniting and the sense for us also to remind ourselves of the belonging in the African continent. And there's an amazing symbolism with the fact that this is the very first time ever that a president is inaugurated on Africa Day. And this is a day that links all of us in the continent. And so there is a visibility of works from neighboring countries and a very big sense that we are saying we are so delighted with the fact that finally we off the continent officially, because for years we were pariahs, we were on our own. And I love the idea that as South Africa, we are slowly joining the global world, and it's starting, a lot of people are starting to see that's the future of where we're at, for us to be in touch and have a country that has a synchronicity with its own continent.
All right, we'll have to leave it at that. Thank you so much there, Mr. James Ngobo, who is representing the artists that will be forming the foundation of tomorrow's celebrations here on the Loftus Versveld, of course, in the heart of the capital city, a stone throw away from the seat of power, the Union Buildings, where this particular event was held traditionally. So it has been moved away. This is where the rest of Africa will be rising in unity, in celebration with South Africans, as we will be marking history tomorrow, swearing in South Africa's 5th president-elect, and that is, of course, Cyril Ramaphosa, who will be taking oath of office here in front of thousands of South Africans. Security tight, as you can imagine, but of course, we await for tomorrow. The attention now falls on tomorrow. Until then, it's back to you in studio.
Thanks very much, Patricia.